another video. Yeah, we driving home. We watched the ride of season boxing match at my favorite gym at my favorite bar to watch boxing, and that's really the only place you can find. If you in New Jersey, definitely go to Blue 42. They have the fights all night. Great sports bar, killer wings. Definitely check them out. But anyway, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. I myself, I ain't gonna sugarcoat anything. I myself still feel it was a 50-50 fight. And Devin put himself into trouble by accepting the fight with Brian Norman Jr. Style makes fights, fellas. Styles makes fights. It was a mismatch on both sides. Devin Haney, he does have heart and will. So when he get knocked down from a good shot or he gets wobbled, he always fights back. So it's hard to put the man down. Brian Norman Jr., hell of a fighter, got bricks for hands, and I really mean that. Dude is a warrior himself. He's a dog. And Devin Haney came on top. Yes, he did. He beat Brian Norman Jr. tonight. To me, this was the main event. This was really the only fight that people were talking about. Anthony Yard, versus David Benavidez. Everybody knew David Benavidez was going to fight. I even predicted to myself and, some boxing friends of mine that David Benavidez was going to beat Anthony Yard before the 8th round. He beat him in the 6th or 7th round. He beat him in. The ref had to stop the fight. So that was a good fight. Bam Rodriguez versus Martinez. I don't even know the guy's name, but he was competitive until he got tired. Bam Rodriguez did his thing. His stamina is on another level. That's all I want to say. His stamina is on another level, and I'm going to keep it at that. But back to Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. It's a lot of boxing channels that I watch and listen. I was really trying to get a fill out on what these guys are saying. Who do they think that they were going to win? It was only maybe 2 channels out of the 5 or 6 channels that I actually watched had Devin Haney winning the fight. Me personally, I was like, yo, this is going to be a 50-50 fight. I see y'all in the comment section. What's your name? Aeon. What's up with you? Good evening, good night to you. And D1 soccer. What's going on with you? My son is playing soccer. He's 4. He just started. He gotten so much better. But yeah, so Devin Haney Jr. came through, knocked down Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney Jr. What am I talking about? Devin Haney knocked down Brian Norman Jr. in the 2nd round. I didn't think that was going to happen. But the boxing channels that I watch, shout out, first time I'm ever going to do this. Shout out to Champside. Shout out to BFTB. They said that was going to happen, and it actually did happen. Yeah. Making fun of Tim Bradley. Yeah, Tim Bradley was like, Devin, you want to run around. You don't want to stay in the pocket with Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney did that. Devin Haney sat in the damn pocket to fight Brian. Y'all got to watch boxing, man. Boxing with Turkey, as long as the fighters get their fair share of pay, Turkey been putting together some great fights. And this was another great fight that Turkey put together because, again, Brian Norman Jr. is extremely scary on Devin. Devin could have got knocked out at any point of this fight, but his defense, his IQ, reigns supreme, man. Brian Norman Jr. is a dog. He got knocked down in the 2nd round, got back up, and was still dangerous, right? They say that Devin Haney ain't got a chin. I'm sorry, he got a chin. He took some hits. He took some punches, and he finished the fight. Didn't get knocked down. Didn't even get hurt because his defense is very high level. Definitely not common. Definitely not just okay. His defense is at a great to elite level. His defense. So I really want to see this Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney second fight, as long as Ryan Garcia isn't cheating. Yeah. Yeah. Sports, what's going on with you, man? Hey, anybody in here, it's your first time to the channel, please hit that like if you like the content. Subscribe. You know, I was going to do a whole breakdown of this fight on my channel, but I think I need to start doing that because I've been right with a lot of these fights when I really get in these fights and analyze, because, you know, I love boxing. I never boxed a day in my life, but I study boxing through these fighters. I watch coaching videos. You know, I've been, you know, when I work out, I'll hit the pad, I'll hit the bag, you know what I mean? I do my thing. But I'm not one of these guys posing, yeah, I know so much about boxing. Nah. I just love the sport. I love the sweet science of boxing. And Devin Haney did his thing. He knocked down Brian Norman Jr. Nobody picked Devin Haney to knock down Brian Norman Jr. I gotta say, a lot of Brian Norman Jr. Fans out there are just really Devin Haney haters. And that's the real shit. Because Brian Norman Jr. was never known. You know what? Devin Haney, in my opinion, took a page out of the Floyd Mayweather fight book. All right, Brian Norman Jr., I'm going to fight you right now because you just knocked out Jin Sasaki and you got a name. Your name is hot right now. I'm going to use that to build my brand. And that's exactly what happened. It's my first time to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, man, sports fan. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I really do. Elisa, what's going on with you? Yo, how much you want me to send you money? You can send me whatever you want, man. You can send me whatever you want. You know, I never beg for money. I never say, hey, make sure you hit that donate button if you want to. I've gotten what, $500 no, like $250, $300. Somebody from Saudi sent me some money, you know what I mean? And that was fire. I never expected anybody from Saudi to send me money. He sent me close to like $200 or $300, but it was like 500 something rupees or whatever it was, you know? So, you know, if you want to send me money, hey now, I ain't gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? You know, your boy worked 2 jobs. You know, I make mine. You get me? But yeah, Devin Haney. I'm not gonna say he beat the brakes off of Brian Norman Jr. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, he out IQ'd Brian Norman Jr. and he out fought him, right? And in boxing, that's what you got to do to win fights. That's what Floyd did for so many years. Now, somebody who got beat the hell up was Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde, I gave it to Anthony Yarde for fighting and taking the Benavidez fight. Nobody wants to fight David Benavidez. Nobody does. Not even Bivol. Maybe Beater, because, you know, that dude will fight he'll fight a fucking bear, in my opinion. But Anthony Yarde took the fight, got knocked down in the 7th round, got back up. No, he got knocked down in the 6th round, got back up, was still fighting, but David Benavidez just outworked him, overwhelmed him. And David Benavidez, that's my dude too. I love some damn David Benavidez, man. You know. What are you doing right now? I just parked and I'm about to walk my ass into my home. You know, I worked and then I went to go watch the fight. Normally around 10:50 I'll be just now getting off work doing my thing. You know, so your boy got 2 jobs. You know, I got a full-time, got a little part-time, and I do this YouTube thing. So, you know, this is what I do. But yeah, Devin, everybody thought he had PTSD from Ryan Garcia cheating him, and shit, why not? Why wouldn't you have that? I would have that. You know, Ryan Garcia was on you could see the difference in fighting, right? Brian Norman Jr. has power, but he don't have that quick reflex twitch speed that Ryan Garcia had when he fought Devin Haney, because Ryan Garcia was on Ostarine. a PED, right? That makes you way faster. That makes you way stronger. That increases your speed and power. It's a performance enhancing drug. Hey, I have to go. Thanks for coming through. God bless you and have a good rest of your day. Hey, man. Sports fan 28-1. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate you. You guys, you have a great night as well. Much respect. Much respect. Thank you for coming through, bro. But yeah, you can see the difference because Brian Norman Jr. has natural power, but Devin Haney is just faster. He's faster with his reflexes. So he wasn't able to set up his punches like that because Devin Haney also has the IQ. Devin Haney needs to get a lot of respect for beating Brian Norman Jr. and knocking him down. He knocked him down, and I'm not going to say he went on cruise control, but he didn't have to push anything. And that's good for both fighters because that doesn't kill Brian Norman Jr. career, and Haney is going to get caught with some crazy punch. You know what I'm saying? So hats off to Devin Haney. Gilbert Games 5953. Hey, today is your birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday, bro. Hope you had a good day today. I don't know what time it is at your time. Right now it's 10:50 here in New Jersey. But hopefully you out there having a good ass time and you had a good ball today. Happy birthday, bro. Hope you enjoyed it. I know on my birthday, I enjoyed my birthday. My girl, she enjoyed her birthday week. The girl's having a birthday month, let me tell you. But yeah, I'm glad that you're here having a birthday, bro. You know how precious life is, man. And when we, there's a lot of people that we know or don't know or whatever, they can't have a birthday because they're not here with us. So it's good that you shout out yourself for your birthday. And I'm shouting you out again. Happy birthday, bro. For real. But yeah, this is a real quick live. Really quick. 12 minutes in when we done. Devin Haney came through. He made, in my opinion, he proved the point. He's a boxer. He ain't skittish. He's going to stand and fight with you. Fight him straight up. No cheating. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're very welcome, Gilbert. But yeah. Yeah, I like how Devin Haney fought this fight. Knocked down Brian. He could have knocked him down again, but he didn't want to press it. I don't blame him. You don't gotta press a guy to win a fight. You don't have to do that. You just gotta win the fight, and that's what Devin Haney did. Leave that to the other fighters that need to knock down guys to pick up their name. Look, David Benavidez, again, I love David Benavidez, right? I really do. I love him as a boxer. I don't give a fuck with him as a person. I'm not like that. But as a boxer, I love the way he boxes, right? I love the way he fight. He's a warrior. He'll take a punch and throw 5 punches back at you. Got crazy motor. But his name, believe it or not, is not as big as Devin. Devin Haney has so many haters, just like Floyd did, but they're not on the same level of fight. I'm not saying that. But Devin Haney has so many haters that makes him popular, right? The only fight that people were talking about in this card tonight by Turkey right of season was they wanted to see Brian Norman Jr. knock Devin Haney's head clear the F off. You feel me? So because of that, that makes him popular. The haters don't really understand that. The haters don't understand that, hey, the more I hate on somebody, I want them to lose. That's actually make people want to actually watch the fight. I saw when the fight was over, Devin Haney, have a good night, Gilbert. When Haney knocked down Brian Norman Jr. and won the fight, right? Because it went 12 rounds. He won UD. Unanimous decision. All 3 judges had Devin Haney winning the fight. When you win like that, and you still have another main event, because this was a co-main event. You have a main event out there. I saw people get up and walk out of the sports bar that I was at. That means they were only here to see the Devin Haney fight versus Brian Norman Jr. They know I was almost about to leave. If my boys would have texted me, hey, let's game tonight, I would have left, right? Because I know David Benavidez was going to whoop on Anthony Yarde. And shout out to Anthony Yarde again for taking this fight. But yeah, I was about to leave that fight. You know what I'm saying? I only wanted to see the Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney fight. But because my boys didn't be like, hey, let's game. They canceled on me, which is cool. We game every Saturday. That's cool. You know, everybody got their lives. So go ahead. You know, it's all good. I was like, all right, I'll stay. I met a couple dudes out there. We were talking boxing and shit. I made one hater of Devin Haney. Respect Devin Haney. The first thing he was like, yeah, F Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia really beat him. I'm like, nah, Ryan Garcia was on PEDs, bro. You can't respect a guy who's on PEDs. And Devin Haney showed out. Not necessarily showed out, but he showed him, I'm going to sit in the pocket. I'm going to fight Brian Norman Jr. He wasn't utilizing the ring like he did with Ramirez, his last fight. A lot of people call that running. It's not running. It's called boxing. It's called utilizing the ring. It's called ring generalship. You know, y'all got to understand how judges judge boxing. You got to understand how judges do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, Devin Haney showed out. Much respect to the Haneys. I don't mind Bill either. You know, Bill is a promoter. He's going to promote his son. And that's beautiful. A black man supporting his son. You can't get much more beautiful than that. I'm sorry. You just can't. But anyway, I'm out of here. Real quick video. Y'all have a good night. Brian Norman Jr., hell of a fighter. His career ain't done just because he lost to Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney, his career is revitalized, and both of them got bright futures. You know, maybe a rematch in like 4 or 5 fights, but I think by that time, Brian Norman Jr. is going to move up. I think Brian Norman Jr. really wants to fight Boots. That's a really good fight right there, too. Boots versus Brian Norman Jr. or even Boots versus Devin Haney. Who knows? Let's go. We out of here. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for watching the really quick live stream. Thanks for the likes. Thank you for the support. Y'all have a great night. Peace out.